What's up, world? It's your boy Iconic, back again with another video. Yes, sir, we are back in the Iconic Studios, back with a little discussion video. Not too much news, not any unboxing. We talking about shoes, but it's just a different topic today. But before we get started with this topic, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also that notification bell. Yep, you read the title. I know I'm gonna probably ruffle some feathers or shake the table a little bit, man, but from a person that's genuinely into sneakers, into the passion, into the game, the way I am, I think it's something I should speak on. Now, disclaimer, before I start this conversation as well, there's nothing wrong with actually buying UAs or wearing UAs. There's nothing wrong with wearing option Bs. Do what you want to do, right? But the discussion today is to actually just explain why I personally believe it's a bad investment to purchase option Bs and also UAs, and also why it could be just kind of like a reason why the game has changed so much and how you know how passionately you're into it. So first, let's just start off by saying, man, again, I come from not having a lot, right? I personally at one point wore fakes, and I'm not ashamed of that. Coming from where I came from, man, my mom couldn't afford it. Guy up the street had them, we paid it. Maybe this was like maybe 2007? No. 2006, maybe 2006, somewhere in there, something like that. Buying sneakers from, like I said, like a little corner store or something like that. And Jordans were like $50, $60, $75 max at that time. And they used to have crazy stuff like Air Jordan 10s, Air Jordan 5s, just different stuff like that. And I just remember at that time frame buying like maybe one pair or two pair, just because we love the Jordans, but we couldn't afford them at the time. So that's why I say I don't think there's nothing wrong with wearing the Jordans. But what I see now along in this culture nowadays, right now, is that a lot of people are buying fakes because they can't afford the resale, which is no problem as well. But I just want to explain how that can be a terrible investment if you're buying one every other release, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, if you miss out on the Mocha ones, then you go buy one. You miss out on the University Blues, you go buy one. You miss out on the Trophy Rooms, you buy one. You miss out on the Chucky Dunkers, you buy one. You see where I'm going with this. So if you constantly are buying them, you're investing money into that market that you can't get any return from. Again, let me say it again while we're in the middle of the video. There's nothing wrong with wearing fakes. Nothing wrong with wearing fakes. Do what you want to do. But I'm talking about as far as the investment part. So, to kind of go into detail with that, right? So, you see how back when I was saying like 06, 07, they were selling fakes for 50, 60 bucks, $75, probably max, bro. I never seen anybody charge like 100, 150, 200, 250, 300 for these shoes. And now, when I'm looking at like people that's online that's buying them from certain locations or certain websites, these shoes are going for 150, 175, depending on how hyped up the shoe is. It's going for like 200 bucks. I'm like, damn, like UAs are really going crazy with the pricing. And I just thought to myself, like, man, I'm not gonna say it's not right, but I just feel like it kind of takes the love from the game of sneakers when you do that. And also, you waste a lot of money because you can't get any return on your shoe. Unless you're going to sell it to somebody as an option B or a UA, a fake, whatever you want to call it. You sell them for the price you paid. Fine with that. But most of the time, I'm hearing right now is people saying, oh, I'm just going to wear them. I don't care. I'm going to beat them down. I love the silhouette, whatever. Cool. But I want y'all to know at one point of the game, and again, this ain't no old head shit because I'm only 28, but at one point, well, still now, people look at shoes as grails. Grails meaning that, man, one day I'm going to be able to afford it, or one day I'm gonna be able to get it, or damn, at some point I want that shoe, I was never able to afford it, you know, so on and so forth. This is a shoe that's like at top tier shoe that I need in my collection or want at some point, right? So let's take, for instance, this shoe, right? The Air Jordan 4 Travis Scott. I know this is a lot of people's grails, right? And for me, I'm into the shoes, right? And I got it at a low price, which is $350, still steep. Resale was $350 for this, still steep, right? But if I didn't have this shoe, it probably would be a grail, just like my Lightning 4s. But the reason why I say it's a bad investment to buy a fake of this, because you can't sell it at that price point or get any money back from it once you sell it. For me having this shoe right now, worn and used, for me paying $350, the price increased to $1,000. Could I get $1,000? Probably not. Probably when it goes up to maybe 15 or 16, probably can get around there, 8 to 900, 7 maybe. But right now, easily, I'm clearing 600 minimum right now if I sell these, right? Which I'm never selling them. But what I'm trying to make you think about is how if you buy a fake version of this for 200, that's 200 gone. You're not getting that 200 back. That 200 not come back to you. Even if you wanna like beat it up and then try to sell it, you wouldn't get anything major in return, and you will not see any value go up in this sneaker if it was a UA pair, or if it was an option B, or if it was a plain replica. You wouldn't see any benefits from buying a shoe that's hyped up like this in the long run if you buy a fake. Now, also at this point, right? At this point, you have people buying shoes that's GRs, that's probably up maybe 50, 60 bucks in resale, and then it goes down. And then you got people buying fakes of it. So it's like, I'm confused a little bit. Not because I know a lot of people can't afford it. So I'm not talking about those folks, but I'm talking about the people that's like deep into the game. And they're like, now they're showing option Bs, showing UA, showing fakes, showing replica shoes, and showing people how to like, oh well, don't be fooled by this and that. Like, in my opinion, if that shit didn't go through Nike quality control, or, you know, came from the store or anything like that, I can't rock with it, bro. Like, that's just my opinion. You feel me? Like, I come from that, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna spend my money on something that is not real. It's just like you wouldn't go and buy something that's fake Gucci or fake Louis. You know what I mean? Especially in this hype culture we're in, people wouldn't go buy that stuff. You know what I mean? You wouldn't go buy that and feel good about yourself. Well, you know, you might still feel good about yourself. It's not what's on you, it's what's in you. You feel what I'm saying? Pause. But it's what's in your spirit, what's in your heart, what's in your soul when it comes to like the clothing brands, when it comes to, you know, everything in general. But again, it's just a discussion I wanted to talk about, because in my opinion, I think a lot of people are promoting buying UA sneakers, and it could be dangerous. It could be dangerous to a person that is misguided by that, because again, if this person's paying $150 for a shoe, $200 for a shoe, it keep adding up. Now you just as bad, and now you've wasted twice as much money, even though you got all these UA sneakers. It's like you can't do nothing with them but wearing, which is nothing wrong with that. But in the long term, how can you get any money back from it? Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, wear your shoes, don't be cared about resale value. Bullshit. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, we're in a culture to where if you're not thinking like that, you're still at the bottom level or tier level of everything that's going on with this. Sneaker culture has been what it's been. Flight Club been doing what everybody's doing now, is just on a mass scale. You know what I mean? So it's nothing new. But again, I want y'all to be thinking about that. Like, I'm not bashing nobody that wears it. I'm okay with y'all wearing it. You wear whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do. You're going to spend your money. I'm not watching your pockets either. But I just want you to pay attention to what I just said about the investment part of it, right? Again, I could liquidate this. If I say today, you know what? I want to go invest in a new computer to make more YouTube videos, or I want to buy another lens to make my quality even better for YouTube videos. I can take this shoe right now and sell it for $600 at the minimum. Again, $600 at the minimum, and I paid $350 for it, right? So, and this was 2 years ago, so $350 got an increase after I've worn it plenty of times, and it came up in value. So that's a $600 shoe. I could make some money, make some profit from it. So it's like in your mind, I know you want to tell yourself, oh, I'm not finna spend $1,000. If you can't afford $1,000, that's fine. That's okay. I respect that. But what I'm saying is that leave this a shoe like this as a grail then. Let it be a shoe you always wanted to buy but you never could get. And it's gonna come back around at some point. It might not be the same way. You know, I was worried about Raging Bulls coming out again. I didn't want to sell my size 10. Boom, they came out. My grail shoe of all time, outside of the white cement 4 and the black cement 4, the Lightning 4s, they're coming back out. I never in my lifetime expect them to come out anytime soon. We kept hearing stories about it coming out, but I never expected it for it to come out. So seeing that it's coming out, it's like, man, I can imagine the people that bought fakes already, which is fine. And I hurt for the people that spent $3,000 on a pair from like that far back. You know what I mean? So I can feel where it goes. It can go either way. That's the part of the game, but it's all a market. But that's just me telling y'all, like, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with wearing fakes. I've been in that situation. I'm not downing anybody wearing fakes. That's not what this video is about. It's not a hate video. YouTube, this is not a video saying, you know, anything negative about that portion of the culture. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just think that the people that's making it, they're going up on price because of the hype. So, you know, $75, $100, fine. $120, even $120 is not bad. But when you start seeing shoes, $250, $300, I'm like, what? For what? Not for no UA. No. So this is me. I personally haven't bought any fakes or any UAs since middle school. You feel what I'm saying? Not that I didn't know any better, I just couldn't afford it. But now that I can afford it, that's what it kind of makes it such a better feeling, and it gives you a better joy, you know what I mean? Because you're able to afford a grail, you know what I mean? Like, you work hard towards getting that grail, you know what I mean? And it to me, also with buying the UAs or the replicas or the option Bs, it almost kind of takes the joy away from looking at the shoe and say, dang, one day I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? As a kid, I always wanted this shoe. A pair of these from like 19, I don't know, is it 19? I forgot what year it was. I'm tripping right now. But I always wanted this shoe, right? I used to have the Michael Jordan little picture of Michael Jordan sitting on the ground on the court in his full jumpsuit wearing this, bruh. Wearing this shoe. And I used to be like, damn, man, I want that shoe. But it was a grail. I still consider it a grail. Now that I got it, it's like, okay, that's no longer in that position because I got it. You know, I'm luckily it re-released. But now that I've gotten it, it's like, okay, boom, that's out of the way. You know, it kind of has that, it keeps that passion to say, okay, damn, I wanted a shoe that was so dope. I couldn't afford it. I was either gonna save my money or just wait for it to re-release, or to never have it and just keep it in my grail list. But I don't think a lot of people talk about that no more, like as far as like shoes being grails, because it's so much easy access to UAs and replica shoes now that people don't think of it like that. So, you know, again, do whatever you want to do. I just personally think, you know, it's just a bad investment. I personally dislike anybody that buys UA sneakers, replica sneakers, or option B sneakers and sell them as real. I've had people literally tell me out of their own mouth that they've bought sneakers before, fake sneakers before, and sold them to like round 2 StockX ago, and they passed. And those type of people I don't respect. I don't care for in the sneaker game, because they are also a reason why it's so fucked up, because the money is the root of all evil on this shit, and people could at some point take that to the head and run with it and don't care about the consumer that loves the culture. And that's another thing to worry about too, because now, you know, depending on where your ethics is, you should sell an option B shoe that you buy as an option B or a UA or unauthorized. But you have people that will buy a UA of this and try to sell it for 1K, and that's dead ass wrong. So again, I'm not here to bash anybody about wearing the shoes. Do your thing. But when you get ready to sell this shoe, you will not get any profit from it. It will not be something that you could liquidate later. It won't be something you could put on your rental insurance or your homeowner insurance and get money back once if something happens. It's nothing like that. So I'm personally putting this out on the earth to let y'all know that, man, just enjoy sneakers. You know, do whatever you want to do, but don't forget about the real thing about it is the passion, the love. You know, I love the Chunky Dunky shoe. I love the Travis Scott Friends and Family Air Jordan 4, but I can't afford it. I can't afford it. That's a grail. That's gonna always be a grail. It's gonna be up here in this tier list of shoes. I'm like, damn, I always want it, but I'm personally not gonna go buy a fake of it because it's 200 gone, 300 gone. I can't get anything back with it. So, you know, just think of it as a business wise. If y'all think about anything, like, again, this is no hate towards anybody that wears it. Y'all gonna keep hearing me say that because that's not the case. That's not what this video is about. But again, I just see a lot of YouTubers just kind of like pushing that narrative. And it's like the people that's doing that don't really care about the culture. It's just like whatever hype, you know what I mean? Don't get caught up in that hype beast mentality of like, oh, everybody on TikTok is wearing this, so I gotta have it. Oh, I can't afford it, let me go buy the fake. And now again, you're just wasting time and wasting money. I've had friends and family members that have bought, and they buy two. They buy the real thing and they'll buy a fake pair to wear. But I'm like, what's the point of that? Because you wasting twice as much money. You know what I mean? Because again, if you want to liquidate something, you can't get anything back. So it's like then, you know, later on it comes around like, man, I should just not even bought it because you're wasting bread at some point. So again, I hope this video doesn't come off wrong to any of the people that follow me and that wear UAs. I have no issue with that. That's, you know, that's your business. Spend your money how you want to, actually. You know what I mean? Like, who cares what I say? I personally just spoke on it because I see a lot of people talking about it and it's no real love behind it. It's just kind of like, oh, I got this shoe in from this company and, you know, it's just as good as the real thing, which is no problem. But at the same time, when they're charging $150, $200, $300 for, you know, for a UA sneaker that's not been considered real, how do you liquidate that $300? Like right now, I buy shoes and if I wear it, I can at least get half of the money back. With a UA, you can't do that. You gotta, you first off, a person's gonna always worry if the shoe is real. Then you have to tell them how you got it. So you gotta say, well, I bought it from this website. If it wasn't StockX Go or, you know, Flight Club or any place like that, then you know, that's a further situation for you. So just think about that, man. Like, I'm personally saying, say no to UAs if you can afford 4 shoes and allow that sneaker to just stay in your grail placement, or just don't get it at all. But for those who, you know, can't afford sneakers and you know, you want the real thing, I would give 2 options. First off, what I was doing when I was younger, I would buy shoes and flip shoes to get my shoes for free. Or I would buy shoes to flip shoes to make a little bit of money to save up to get that shoe. But I never, after like middle school, I still couldn't really afford shoes. I just started buying shoes that were in my budget, my price budget. Air Force Ones, Huaraches, Air Max 95s, you know, Polo boots, Sperry, stuff like that was in my budget. Vans, that stuff was in my budget at that time. So if I couldn't afford a Jordan after like I said, after middle school time, I was not buying, well, at that time it was fakes, it was replicas. I wasn't buying a replica because it just, again, I just felt like I was wasting money at that point because I couldn't do nothing with it. But then when I first bought my first pair of Jordans after working hard, like I told you, I worked for Winn-Dixie at one point, worked hard, saved my money, and my first shoe I bought was the Flu Game Jordan 12s, and I just felt good about that. But I wasn't gonna go buy a replica. Especially if it was for 200, I wasn't doing that. But it's different times, so I understand. So, you know, hey, shout out to anybody that does, you know, wear replicas, wear UAs, wear option Bs. This is not, again, this video is not to bash y'all. I just want y'all to start thinking about the business side of sneakers. Again, this shoe now, $300. I've worn this shoe, I've beaten this shoe up, and I could personally probably sell this at a minimum of $150 or $100, get $100 back right now. But with a UA, you can't do that. So that's what this topic was about today. Hope I didn't offend too many people or offend anybody at all. Again, I just wanted everybody to look at this from the business aspect. But yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. This video is long enough. Thank y'all for watching, man. Before y'all go, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also that notification bell so you stay in tune with the reviews, the on feats, the sneaker vlog, and the sneaker news, and everything else that comes with the channel. Let me know what y'all thought about the video and the content for today. Make sure y'all go check out my sneaker rotation video. You already know how it goes down over at my channel. Future belongs to those who prepare today. Till tomorrow, y'all. Peace.